Hi, this is Chris Beckett, Pine & Beckett Realtors, Chris Beckett Real Estate Group. Going to give you the market minute for this week, November the 11th. So last week we had about 727 active listings, and this week it's dropped down to 712 active listings. So that's good. It's kind of showing our holiday market is definitely kicking in like where I thought it would be. From last week we had 186 new listings, and this week we've got 68 new listings. So definitely following into the cadence of the holiday market. People are not listing as much. There's going to be less inventory for buyers to pick from. So sellers, if you are on the market right now in a holiday market, you're going to be standing out compared to where you were 3 or 4 months ago when there was a lot of inventory and buyers had a lot of inventory to pick from. As of the price reductions, there were 124 price reductions within the last few weeks. Last week down to 80 this week. 79 under contract this week versus 130 houses under contract prior. And then there have been 43 sales, actually houses that have closed and funded from last week to from 100, down from 100. So 100 sales last week to 43. So it's definitely dropping all across the board. I'm going to say probably a lot of that had to do with the election and people kind of pulling back and waiting to see what was going to happen. I had several of my clients call within the last week or so saying that, you know, depending on our president, the future elect president that we're going to have, either one, that they may or may not have a job. So it's just kind of, there's a uncertainty in the market right now on what's going to end up happening in our marketplace since we are so oil centric. I think we're going to be just fine. I've seen a lot of ups and downs. I've seen presidents come and go, and I think we're going to be okay. We normally are. It looks like oil is pretty much stabilized as well, so that's also good. So just note to self, I think we're going to be fine. Everybody seems to be a little dramatic, but we're going to be okay. Conventional finance rates are about 2.875%, still unbelievably low rates, and FHA interest rates are 2.65 to 3.25, so it really hasn't fluctuated much. Again, we do have local lenders that can help you with bond programs on first-time homebuyer program. Jumbo rates are incredibly low for these houses that are over $600,000, so there's still some really good values in the marketplace right now. And don't forget, buyers, when you're looking at inventory and you're seeing housing that's been on the market for over 90 days, over 120 days, typically at the end of the year, relocation properties, Chevron properties, BGRS, Halliburton properties, they don't want these houses in inventory by the end of the year. They're going to be looking for people to unload these houses to and get them off their books before the end of the year for their tax savings. So keep that in mind. There still is going to be a gap in the market for buyers to come in the holiday market and pick up a house that probably wouldn't have been selling at a discounted rate. So very important to keep that in mind. Also, it seems like in the holidays, the vacant houses tend to move quicker. Typically, sellers, keep this in mind, buyers want to get into a house before Thanksgiving or before Christmas. So keep that in mind. If a buyer gets a house before the holidays and before the new year's over, they're going to be able to take over a tax savings credit on their homestead exemption for 2021. So keep that in mind. Sellers, you probably do want to unload the house before the end of the year, and buyers try to buy a property before December 31st of 2020. That way you can take your homestead exemption in the first quarter of 21. Anyway, give me a call. I'm Chris Beckett, broker, Pine & Beckett Realtors, Chris Beckett Real Estate Group. My number is 432-349-7000 or chris@pineandbeckett.com, or call anybody at the office. There's a lot of top quality agents here, 686-7000. We'd love to help you guys. We're still in a Corona lockdown, I think is about to start back up again. El Paso's doing this they did a press conference. El Paso's kind of exploding, so we're trying to be very careful, very vigilant. Everybody wash your hands, put on the mask, please. Just put on the mask, and everybody be safe out there. And remember, it's always a good time to buy real estate. Give me a call. Bye, guys.